Social Security shortfall risk. Strategies retirees must use to protect their retirement income. Before we start, you may see a few ads. Thank you for letting them play, so I can keep bringing you free, actionable retirement advice. Now let's continue. Imagine for a moment that you have done everything right. You spent decades managing your capital allocation, you maximized your 401k contributions, and you navigated the complexities of asset-based lending to build a robust portfolio. You have finally reached that stage where you are ready to rely on the income you have earned. But then, you open the morning news to find that the very foundation of your retirement income, the Social Security checks you were promised, are facing a mandatory 23% across-the-board cut. This isn't just a headline from a distant future. This is the reality facing nearly 70 million Americans. Recent projections from the Social Security trustees indicate that by the early 2030s, the trust fund reserves will be depleted. Without immediate legislative action, the system will only be able to pay out what it collects in payroll taxes, which is significantly less than what is currently scheduled. For a high net worth retiree or a business owner who has planned their lifestyle around a certain level of cash flow, this represents a massive liquidity management crisis. The challenge we face today is that Social Security is no longer just a safety net for many. It is a critical component of a complex retirement strategy that includes Roth IRAs, required minimum distributions, and sophisticated tax optimization. When one pillar of that strategy is threatened, the entire structure of your wealth management can begin to lean. Why is this happening now? We are seeing a fundamental shift in the American demographic. In the 1960s, there were more than 5 workers paying into the system for every one beneficiary. Today, that ratio has dropped to less than 3 to 1, and it is heading toward 2 to 1. Furthermore, recent legislative changes like the Social Security Fairness Act have increased benefit levels for certain groups, which, while beneficial for them, has accelerated the depletion of the primary trust fund. If you are between the ages of 55 and 75, you are in the red zone of retirement planning. You don't have another 30 years to wait for the market to fix itself. You need to understand how to hedge against this systemic risk today. We are going to look at a strategic framework to insulate your retirement income from the volatility of Washington's balance sheet. The institutional approach to income protection. The first principle we must address is your asset allocation and the concept of the bridge strategy. Many investors treat Social Security as a fixed, guaranteed bond. But if the issuer of that bond is signaling a potential default on a portion of the payment, you have to treat it as a variable asset. Institutional capital allocation often uses a bridge strategy to manage the gap between early retirement and the claiming of maximum benefits. For a savvy investor, the goal is often to delay claiming until age 70. This increases your monthly benefit by roughly 8% for every year you wait after your full retirement age. However, the risk is that by the time you reach 70, the full benefit might be 23% lower. To hedge this, we look at your portfolio's liquidity. Instead of relying on Social Security for your baseline expenses, we look at using a portion of your taxable brokerage accounts to bridge those years. This allows your Social Security asset to grow at its maximum internal rate of return while you maintain control over your liquid capital. By the time the trust fund depletion hits, your higher baseline benefit may actually leave you with more monthly income even after a potential cut than if you had claimed early at a lower amount. Tax optimization and the Social Security torpedo. The second principle is understanding the tax exposure of your benefits. This is where most retirees lose a significant chunk of their purchasing power without even realizing it. The IRS uses a specific formula called provisional income to determine how much of your Social Security is taxable. If your provisional income exceeds $44,000 for a married couple, up to 85% of your benefits can be taxed. This creates what we call the tax torpedo. As you take more from your traditional 401k or IRA to cover a shortfall in Social Security, you inadvertently push more of your Social Security into a taxable bracket. It is a vicious cycle. The solution lies in tax diversification. By strategically performing Roth conversions in lower-income years, you are building a bucket of tax-free liquidity. Withdrawals from a Roth IRA do not count toward your provisional income. This means you can supplement your lifestyle without triggering additional taxes on your Social Security checks. For business owners, this might also involve looking at how you structured your exit. Are you taking a lump sum, or are you utilizing an installment sale that allows for better capital allocation over a decade? Liquidity management and asset-based lending. For those with significant assets, the third principle is leveraging your balance sheet for cash flow. If Social Security benefits are cut, you might be tempted to sell equities to make up the difference. However, selling in a down market can lead to sequence of returns risk, which can permanently impair your portfolio's longevity. This is where institutional-grade tools like securities-based lending or a home equity line of credit, HELOC, come into play. Instead of selling a dividend-paying stock that is yielding 4%, you might borrow against that portfolio at a competitive interest rate. This provides immediate liquidity without triggering a capital gains tax event. It allows you to maintain your market exposure while waiting for Social Security policy to stabilize. Think of this as your personal liquidity buffer. You aren't increasing your lifestyle expenses. You are using your assets as collateral to maintain cash flow during a period of systemic uncertainty. This is a common strategy among the ultra-wealthy to manage their estate planning and tax efficiency simultaneously. Global comparisons and the flat benefit risk. It is also worth noting that we are not alone in this. Countries like Australia, the UK, and Canada have all had to reform their pension systems. In some of these markets, the trend is moving away from a wage replacement model toward a flat benefit or poverty alleviation model. In the United States, there are currently proposals on the table to move Social Security toward a flat benefit structure. For high earners, this would be a significant blow, as it would effectively decouple your decades of high payroll tax contributions from your eventual benefit. If the US moves toward a model similar to Australia's age pension, your private savings and your 401k will be the primary drivers of your lifestyle, not the government check. This is why building a private, robust pension through annuities or structured credit is no longer optional for those in the high-income brackets. Action steps for the next 90 days. So, how do you protect your income today? First, conduct a stress test on your retirement plan. Ask your advisor to run a simulation where your Social Security benefits are reduced by 25% starting in 2033. Does your plan still work? If your probability of success drops below 80%, you need to adjust your capital allocation now. Second, review your tax buckets. If 90% of your wealth is in pre-tax accounts like a traditional IRA, you are highly vulnerable to future tax law changes. Start looking at the 2026 tax bracket shifts. With the sunset of certain provisions of the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, 2026 could see a significant increase in rates. This makes Roth conversions and municipal bond strategies even more vital. Third, explore guaranteed income options. While many sophisticated investors shy away from annuities, certain institutional-grade products can provide a floor for your essential expenses. If your mortgage, healthcare, and utilities are covered by a guaranteed stream of income that isn't Social Security, you can afford to be more aggressive with the rest of your portfolio. Finally, stay informed. We upload fresh videos on these subjects regularly because the landscape of IRS updates and Social Security policy is constantly shifting. I want to hear from you in the comments. Have you already factored a Social Security cut into your long-term wealth management plan, or are you still relying on the full projected amount? What is your biggest concern when it comes to the tax torpedo? Sharing your ideas helps all of us build more resilient strategies. If you found this deep dive into retirement liquidity and capital allocation valuable, please click the thumbs up button to give us a like. It's a great way to say thank you for the content, and it helps others find this information. And make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next update on estate planning and tax optimization strategies. I am not your financial advisor. The information provided here is for educational purposes only. Always seek professional advice from a fiduciary or a qualified tax professional before making significant changes to your retirement plan or capital allocation strategy. Your retirement security is too important to be left to chance or the whims of a divided Congress. Take control of your liquidity, optimize your taxes, and build a bridge to a secure financial future. I'll see you in the next video.